Okay, let's see if this is working now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another English class here on verbling.com. If you have a reservation, hopefully you can see the join class button now and you can come in and join the class. They are working on the website, I guess, and some things are a little bit different. So I'm not sure what is happening. So let me see on the Verbling side if they can help us out here. People aren't able to join. Okay, hold on. I can't tell whether or not you guys are able to see this. Hopefully people can join here.
Hello.
Hey, Amit. Hi there. I don't know what's happening. You can't see the class because I've already started it several times.
No. I think the web page changed. If you noticed.
Yes, I did. All of a sudden, I didn't know where I was.
So I think there can be some problems because of that.
Yeah, there's when you go to the classes page, there's no like live classes. It's just upcoming classes. It doesn't show like what classes are happening right now.
Maybe you can inform the team by writing email.
I did. Yeah, I just did. That's crazy. Okay, well, let's see, guys. People can join. I gave the link, and you put the link there, so hopefully we can get started because I have a long article to read. So, sorry about the confusion, everybody. Apparently, Verbling is doing some redesign of the website, and they made it live right now, but probably they have to work out some bugs, so it's not really working. Okay, so hi guys, welcome. If you go ahead and click on the link, my Verbling chat is not working, so let's just work with the group chat, and that's the link that we're already using. And here's the link to the document that we're going to read. So hi everybody, Happy New Year to you guys. Hi Miguel, how are you? Miguel, your microphone is muted.
Now you can listen to me.
Hi. Okay. Hi. Yeah, I can hear you now, Miguel. Hi, Lena. How are you? Lena, is your microphone working? Let's see. Amit, your microphone was working. I heard you. Yes. Okay, good. Fernando, how about you?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Are you back now in the United States?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And how was your vacation?
Well, great. Great vacation, yeah.
Okay. Does it feel weird to be back or like normal?
For me, it's normal. Just the weather is different.
Oh yeah, a lot different.
Yeah.
Are you staying warm?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Do you have any snow?
No.
No?
Oh, this morning was snowing, but not too much.
Okay. All right. Okay, and S.
It's me.
Hi.
Hi.
Is that your name? Or how do you say your name?
No, my name is Estivalis. I don't know. It's a Google thing.
Oh, yeah, it depends on how you type it in. Estíbaliz. Okay, where are you
Yes,
from?
from Spain.
Oh, wow, okay. That's the first time I've seen that name. What's the, is
It has
it,
no meaning. It's a typical name. Well, not very
Estíbaliz.
typical, but from the north of Spain.
From the north. Oh, where do you live?
I live in Madrid.
Oh, in Madrid. Okay. All right. Estíbaliz. Is it from the north part, like what northern part? Which north, near France or near the coast?
And I was born there in near the coast of
Near the coast.
Spain.
Asturias.
Yes,
Okay.
near to Bilbao. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I lived in Vitoria for a little while.
Okay, but I'm living in Madrid
Yeah, for a long time.
for more than 10 years. So.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully Lena will come back and she can fix her microphone. I have actually kind of a long article, it turns out. This is something it's interesting for me. I am obviously from the United States, so I have some young kids who will probably be going to college soon. And so this is something that Obama has been talking about recently, and that is the idea of making two-year colleges free. So here in the United States, people go to high school for free, but after that, it's not free anymore. You have to pay, and it's quite expensive. So I don't know what it's like in your guys' country. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, we're going to just read the article, and it's quite long, so I'm not going to read, actually. I'm going to let you guys read, and you're going to read a big paragraph at a time. So you're going to get a lot of reading in today in this class. I will go over some of the vocabulary, though, so after you read, I will go over some vocabulary, explain some words, and I might correct you with pronunciation a little bit just to make sure everybody hears it pronounced the right way, and to help you improve your pronunciation as well. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start. The title is College the New High School? And we'll just get started. I did get this article. It's from the New Yorker magazine. So the New Yorker is kind of a higher level of articles. So if you're looking for articles in English and you're trying to find something that's a little bit more advanced, maybe you're trying to study for the TOEFL or something like that, the New Yorker is a good place to go. And their articles are a little bit longer than like just NPR or something, more along the lines of New York Times. Okay, so let's get started. Miguel, would you like to start and read the first paragraph for us? All this whole one right there. Can everybody see it on the screen okay? Is it big enough? And maybe
For
you
me,
can either...
okay.
It's okay? Okay. Miguel, your microphone is muted.
For me, it's okay.
Okay, good. Miguel, are you with us?
Yes, okay.
Okay, good. All right, so go ahead and read that first paragraph there.
Obama traveled to Tennessee to outline a plan to provide free community employment figures, which were encouraging. In December, the unemployment rate
Is his voice going out for you guys? Is it just for me?
yes,
It's the same for me. It is a problematic.
Your voice was kind of going out and then coming back in, so I didn't hear you. Okay, continue. Sorry. I just wanted to check, make sure it wasn't just me.
I can continue.
Yes, please. Miguel, can you
Unemployment rate was 5.3%. For
Miguel, we can't hear you.
sorry, and now it's better.
Yes, that's better. Yes.
That's better. Sorry, I have problem with my internet connection.
Oh,
I changed position in my house.
that's better now. Yeah.
That's better. Okay, I continue for high school.
Okay.
For high school graduate with an advanced degree, the unemployment rate was 5.3%, but for those with a bachelor's degree, the rate was more than 2% points lower, 2.9%. At Fellowship State Community College in Norville,
Not.
Obama taught
Mhm.
uh, Obama taught the students in his audience.
You're not. Okay. Good. All right. Okay, so let's just go over a little bit here. He traveled to Tennessee, that's a state in the United States, and what he's trying to do is outline a plan for providing free community college. So to outline a plan means to just talk about his ideas. To give you the outline of something is the plan of what you're going to do. You know, first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. You know, that kind of thing is what they're talking about there. And I have to change this so I can edit it. Hold on. All these different things happening today. Okay. All right. So, let me refresh. Okay, so to outline a plan. So he's just talking about his plan. Why can't I do this? There. Let me go to this one here. Sorry about that. Now I can do this. All right, so he wants to make sure that the U.S. government can provide a free community college for everybody. So community college is a 2-year college here in the United States. You're not going to get a bachelor's degree from a community college. You're just going to get what we call an AA, or you're going to be able to transfer from the community college to a state college or a university or something like that. So yes, hi Luis, I see you joined us. We're just going over this first paragraph. All right, so they're just talking about the latest employment figures, and so the idea is that he wants people to get an education so that they can be employed. So we have compared to other places, maybe the unemployment rate is kind of low. It stands at, that's where it is right now. So it's not too bad, but there is a clear gap. So to be evident means you can see that there's a clear gap between those people who have advanced degrees and those people who don't. So the people who just have a high school degree, they're graduates of high school, they're more unemployed. So more of them are unemployed. But if you have a bachelor's degree, which is a 4-year college degree or university degree, there are less people unemployed. So that's kind of the idea. So the better education you have, the more likely it is that you will be able to get a job. So he gave this speech here to some people at a community college in, we say Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay, so this is exactly Obama talking here. So Hamid, you get to be Obama. And this is what
his tonation.
Sure, yeah, go for it. Mr. Obama, okay. President Obama.
You came to college to learn about the world and to engage with new ideas and to discover the things you are passionate about and maybe have a little fun. And to expand your horizons. That is terrific. That is a huge part of what college has to offer. But you're also here now more than ever. Because a college degree is the surest ticket to the middle class. It is the key to getting a good job that pays a good income and to provide you the security where even if you don't have the same job for 30 years, you're so adaptable and you have a skill set and the capacity to learn new skills. It ensures you're always employable. And that is the key, not just for individual Americans, that is the key for this whole country's ability to compete in the global economy. In the new economy, jobs and businesses will go wherever the most skilled, best educated workforce resides. Because businesses are mobile now, technology means they can locate anywhere, and where they have the most educated, most adaptable, most nimble workforce, that's where they are going to locate. And I want them to look no further than the United States of America.
Okay, thank you, Obama. All right, so this is, he's kind of, he's talking to the students. So you came to college. So people, as a student, you came here to learn about the world, to engage with new ideas. So when you engage with somebody or something, it means you're interacting, you're talking, you're learning, you're experiencing new things, and to discover. So he's talking about to learn, to engage with, and to discover things that hopefully you're passionate about, you love, you want to learn, you're curious, you're excited, that kind of thing. And maybe you'll have a little bit of fun, which is a joke because college in the United States is a place for people to party a lot usually and to have fun. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Also, to expand your horizons. This is an expression, to expand, to learn new things so that you have more of like an open mind and you learn things that maybe you never heard about before. That expands your horizons, your possibilities for what you will do in the world later on. Okay, so that's terrific. That's a huge part of what college has to offer. So that's a big reason why you go to college, to do all of those things. But, he says, you're also here now more than ever. So now more than ever because it's important to be educated nowadays more than in the past, perhaps. You want a college degree because it is the surest ticket, the surest way to get to be in the middle class. So your ticket to the middle class, it's going to get you into a job that will allow you to make a certain amount of money that is considered middle class. So it's the key to getting a good job that pays a good income. So your income is how much you make every month, for example, and if you want a good job, you want one that gives you, a good amount of money, so you can at least be in the middle class. Also, to provide you the security. So, if you have a good education, you're going to be safe, perhaps, so that even if you don't have the same job for 30 years, like people used to have the same job, you can be adaptable. So with an education, hopefully you'll be smart enough, you'll learn enough skills that you can adapt to the changes in the economy. That's what he means. So you'll have a skill set. So a skill set is like a group of skills that things you know how to do, but also you have the capacity to learn new skills. So usually more highly educated people, they have the ability or the capacity to learn new things. So even if things are changing, they know how to learn. They know how to read, they know how to write, they know how to listen and learn new things. And this is important because we're in a new economy. Jobs and businesses will go wherever the most skilled, best educated workforce resides. So wherever the people live, wherever the highly educated people live, they are called the workforce, the employees. That's where the businesses are going to go to find people to work for them. So it's important to be adaptable and also nimble, flexible, be able to change. Okay, so that's what Obama is telling the students there. All right, let's continue on. Fernando, why don't you go ahead and read this next paragraph?
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
Obama's comments reflect a significant shift in what college means to American society and the USA economy. For centuries, it functioned as a social rite of passage of people from a certain background, a place where young, well-to-do men learned about the world, discovered their passions, and had a little fun. It was only in the second half of the 20th century, especially after blue-collar jobs became harder to find because of outsourcing and automation, that a bachelor's degree became something more pragmatic.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say that word?
Prerequisite.
A,
Prerequisite.
a prerequisite to earn a good middle class living. In 1940,
Mm-hmm.
5% of people in the US over the age of 25 had finished at least 4 years of college. By 2013, that figure had risen to 32%. At this point, it's well understood that there exists a persistent gap in employment rates and wage between those with bachelor degrees and those without. On average, those who graduate from 4-year college are not only employed at higher rates but also earn over 50% more than those with only high school degree.
Okay. 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 So his comments, so his remarks, what he said to the students, they reflected. So they showed. They were showing a significant shift, an important change in what college means to people in America now, to the American society and to the economy. So basically, the idea of this paragraph is in the past, for centuries, for many years, for hundreds of years, college functioned or served the purpose as kind of like a social rite of passage, but only for certain people, the well-to-do, the wealthy men in the past. But nowadays, it's changing. That's kind of the idea. So this is talking about the past, but it was only in the second half of the 20th century, especially, excuse me, especially after blue-collar jobs, those are like factory jobs and things like that, they became harder to find. Sorry. So nowadays, it's more important for people to have a bachelor's degree. That's kind of the idea. Is, you can't just graduate from high school. You actually need more education. You need a degree. And this is a prerequisite. A prerequisite is something you need before you can go do something else. And so this paragraph is just talking about the history of how college didn't used to be so important, and now it's much more important. They drink some water here. Okay. Any other things you guys want me to go over here? This is the basic idea of that. Okay, let's see. Who's next? Sorry, guys, I've had a cold. Okay. Luis, you want to go? Or Espelitz, how about you go?
It's me, teacher.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? You can go ahead. And then Espelitz, you can do the next one.
Okay. Obama's response to this problem has been to make college a more practical choice for more people, and to that end he has recently undertaken a number of initiatives, including expanding Pell Grants and capping student loan payments at 10% of borrowers' income.
But the community college proposal is especially notable. It would cover the cost of 2 years of community college for any student who maintains a grade point average of 2.5, about a C+ or higher. The federal government would cover 3/4 of the student's expense, at an estimated cost of $60 billion over 10 years, and states would be responsible for the rest.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, so his response, the president's response to this problem, so this means his answer to. So we have a problem here, unemployment, people need to be more highly educated in order to be able to do the jobs that the economy needs. That's kind of the idea. And so he is saying we should have college be free. So it should be a more practical choice for more people. More people should be able to go there. And so he is saying that we need to help people do that. So let's see, expanding. These are kind of things that are relevant to the U.S. A Pell Grant, this is money that helps students pay for college. And so there are lots of, because here in the United States, college can be very expensive, even a community college. So that's what they're trying to address here. So it would cover the cost of 2 years of college. So to cover the costs, this means to pay for the cost of these 2 years for any student who can maintain, which means, in high school, every semester after semester, you keep getting at least a grade point average of a 2.5, which is about a C+ or higher. So here we have A, B, C, D, F. So you have to have at least a C+ or higher, which would be a B or an A. And then the federal government would cover 3/4 of the student's expenses. So not totally free, but a lot of the expenses of going to college. And then the states would be responsible for the rest. So the federal government would be 3/4, and then the states would be 1/4. And so then for the student, it would be free. You could go to college for free, like you can go to high school for free. So that's the idea there, so that people can get an education and be able to work. Okay, Esbelith, you ready? Want to read the next one?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
This represents a huge investment for one thing, but it also represents a shift in how the government, or one influential branch of it, at least, views higher education. The Obama administration has framed its community college proposal as the obvious next phase of an expansion that has taken place over the past several decades in the number of years of schooling seen as required for a young person to be educated, and which therefore ought to be subsidized by the government. In other words, in the Obama administration's view, college has become the new high school. The Obama argument in favor of supporting this transformation is, by and large, an economic one rather than a cultural one. People who are college educated have better employment prospects, and a nation with more employable people is more competitive.
Okay, thanks. And sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Estibaliz. Okay, Estibaliz. All right, this represents a huge investment. So huge here meaning, of course, a lot of money, billions of dollars there. But it also represents a shift, so a change in how the government is viewing, how it views higher education. So higher education is referred to, it means beyond high school. So high school is like the basics, and then if you want to go on to higher education, you go to college, you go to university, master's, PhD, that type of thing. Okay, they have framed the proposal. So the way you explain something, that's how you frame it. So he's framing it or explaining the proposal as the obvious next phase. So the next step. It's obvious. It's it's well known that we have to do this, and it should take place. Let's see. The obvious next phase of an expansion. So an expansion is when something gets larger. That has taken place. So that has been happening. To take place means to happen. It's been taking place over the past several decades. So a decade is 10 years. So several decades, this has been happening, this kind of shift and change that, people are required to be more highly educated. You cannot just go to high school and then get out and necessarily get a good job. Yes, it's true that a lot of American entrepreneurs like, Bill Gates or something like that, they did not finish college, but those are very that's kind of rare. Even though people have become wealthy and millionaires and having not gone to college, the most common is to go to college and be able to get a good job. So he believes that the government should subsidize education. So to subsidize or to be subsidized means that the government will pay money. So if somebody subsidizes your education, that means they are paying for it. So college has become the new high school, meaning it's the minimum education that you need to get a good paying job. That's kind of the idea. And it's not a cultural decision. This is not saying that Americans we just love education and we want to be smart. No, it's really more an economic kind of decision, so that people can get jobs. They can be more employable, because if we have more people that can have jobs in our nation, we can be more competitive in the global economy. That's what it means there. Okay, that's the idea. Miguel, you can read this next one. So for now.
Okay. For now, Obama's proposal remains a proposal. Unlike some of the policy measures he has taken through executive actions, this one would require support from a Republican-led Congress, which isn't all granted. GOP leaders have so far been circumspect, and Corey Fish, a spokesman for the Republican Speaker of the House, John Warner, has said, with no details or information on the cost, this seems more like a talking point than a plan. Some of the proposal's most vocal critics, perhaps surprisingly, have been those who want to make higher education more affordable, but are concerned that such a move would provide free community college to students regardless of their financial. And 18 years old, with affluent parents, would be able to attend for free, just like someone less well off, which seems to them like a poor grants already cover the cost of community college for most low-income students. So more affluent students could receive the greatest need benefit from the plan.
Okay. Okay. So going over this. So the proposal remains a proposal. So it is still a proposal. It's not really a plan of action that they're going to take. It's just an idea that he has. Unlike some of the policy measures he has taken, so that he's actually done through executive actions. Executive is the president, so he can actually make some decisions and put things into place. This proposal would require support. So he would have to get the Congress, which is now Republican-led. Obama is a Democrat, so two different political parties. He would have to get them to support his proposal. And so far, leaders have so far been circumspect. So they're not convinced. They're kind of critical of his idea. They say, with no details or information on the cost. They're not sure how much this will cost. It seems more like a talking point than a plan. So just something that sounds good that the president can talk about, but not really a serious plan. So that's what one person says about it. Some of the other more vocal critics, so a vocal critic is somebody who speaks out, you know, they speak out loud against something. They have some concerns. Of course, they want to make higher education more affordable, meaning that more people can afford to go. They can pay to go cheaper. But they're concerned because maybe it will affect people regardless of their financial situation. So regardless of means it doesn't matter what their situation is. So they're talking about this idea that maybe some people who have affluent parents, which means rich parents, they could attend for free. And then somebody who's less well off, so that means they have less money, less affluent, it wouldn't be fair to them. So it's kind of like a poor use of resources. Why would you pay for allow people to go to community college for free if they can afford it? So they're kind of worried about that. So that's one of their concerns. Okay, so let's keep going on. Hamid, you can read the next paragraph. There's another issue, though.
There is another issue, though, that has received less attention. What about the assumption underlying the proposal that a college education makes a person more employable? In a blog post accompanying Obama's announcement, Bessie Stevenson, a member of the Council of Economic Advisors, included a chart showing that college graduates earn more than those who have only finished high school. That chart, however, compares the wages of high school graduates with those of people who finished 4 years of college, not people who hold the associate's degrees conferred by community colleges, which Obama's plan would facilitate.
Okay, so there's another issue, though. When we use the word though, it's kind of to add emphasis. So one issue is about maybe, you know, poor people getting free, but the problem is maybe the rich kids can go for free as well. So that would be a poor use of government resources. You know, why would we pay for people who can pay for it? But there's another problem here, and that one has received less attention. So people aren't talking about it so much, but that is the assumption underlying the proposal. So he's making the assumption that when you are having a college education, you are more likely to get a job. You are more employable. But somebody has created a blog post with a chart that shows that college graduates earn more than those who have only finished high school. So that is true. But the chart compares the wages of high school graduates with those of people who have gone to a 4-year college, so not a 2-year college. So the ones who have a bachelor's degree, not the 2-year degree, which is called the associate's degree, which is conferred by or given by community college. So he's not talking about, you know, making a 4-year college free. It's just the 2-year college. So there's a little bit of a issue there, a difference, you know. Okay, so Fernando, why don't you read the next one? In fact,
research suggests that people with associate's degrees don't hold jobs or earn more money at a substantial higher rate than high school graduates. In December, for example, the unemployment rate of 5.3% for high school graduates wasn't much higher than the 4.9% rate for people with associate's degrees, or some other amount of college less than a bachelor's degree. Statistics about wages are harder to come by, but they generally suggest that people with associate's degrees tend to earn around 10% more than high school graduates. A welcome income bump for sure, but not a particularly large one.
Okay, so in fact, or indeed, or like by the way, you could say, research suggests. So we get the idea when we're talking about these things that the research shows that people who have this 2-year degree, which we call an associate's degree, they don't actually hold jobs or have jobs or earn more money at a substantially higher rate than high school graduates. So 10% is a little bit more, but it's not that significant. Substantial means significant. It's not that important. So the unemployment rate of 5.3% for high school graduates wasn't much higher than the 4.9. So it's not really making that much of a difference, is what this is suggesting here. The statistics about wages are hard to come by. That means you're hard to find, hard to really know, how much people are making and that type of thing. But the main idea of this paragraph is it doesn't seem like a 2-year degree helps you so much more than a high school degree. It's really the bachelor's degree, the 4-year degree, that helps you more. Okay, Estebalis? I can't say it very good.
Yes.
I have to see it again.
I will write it in the chat. Estivalis.
Estivalis. Okay, Estivalis. Go ahead.
Obama hopes, in part, that by making community college more affordable and therefore encouraging more students to attend, he will make it likelier that they will move on to a 4-year college and complete a bachelor's degree after earning an associate's degree. He told his audience in Tennessee about Caitlin McLaughlin, a graduate of Pellissippi State, who is a beneficiary of a state program that is similar to what Obama hopes to offer. She was raised by a single mom, he said. She helped make ends meet, getting her first job almost the minute she could. 2 days after her 16th birthday. When it came time for college, the money wasn't there, but Caitlin lives in Tennessee, so she knew she had a great free option. She completed 2 years at this institution. Now she's a senior at Maryville College. She's working full-time, just like she has since her first day of college.
Okay, so the criticism is that maybe a 2-year college degree doesn't help you that much, but Obama hopes, in part, so at least a little bit, that if you can make the community college more affordable, which means people don't have to pay for it, it's cheaper, then that will encourage them, that will give them the encouragement, help them to go on and attend the 4-year college. So it'll make it likelier, so more likely that they will go ahead and go to the 4-year college and then complete a bachelor's degree. So that's kind of the idea. So at least 2 years will be free and you'll get support there, and then you'll only be having to pay for the next 2 years to get your bachelor's degree. And so he gives an example. This one person, they like to always talk about the single moms and stuff. So this person was raised by, which means they just, no dad was around or something like that. So the mom was educating her and raising her, and so she helped make ends meet. To make ends meet is an expression when you're talking about are you able to pay for your bills. So you have to have a job and you have to have an income to pay for your bills. And if you do, if you cover your expenses, you can pay your bills. That is what it means to make ends meet. So to cover your expenses. So she had to get her first job almost the minute she could. So 2 days after her 16th birthday. So she was helping her mom be able to afford their lifestyle. And so when it came to college, came time for college, they didn't have any money. So she got to go to this free program, so a free option. And she completed 2 years at this particular school institution. And now she's a senior, so now she's going on to the 4-year. She's a senior now, and she's been working hard. So he's trying to give you the idea that, you know, this would help hard-working people get ahead. That's the language that we use, to get ahead. Okay, Luis. Read that. In fact.
In fact, situations like McLaurin's or exceedingly rare. The National Student Clearinghouse Research Center found that among students who started a 2-year college, only about 10% had completed a degree at a 4-year institution within 6 years. Another 30% had earned an associate's degree, while about 60% had dropped out or were still enrolled. Let's assume that McLaurin earns a bachelor's degree sometime in the next couple of years. For every McLaurin, there will be 9 students who don't make it that far.
Okay, so in the article, she's presenting what Obama hopes will happen and says what he says, but then kind of pointing out maybe it's not exactly true. So here, this type of situation is exceedingly, often rare. Rare means it doesn't happen very often. So extremely rare. And she writes about this idea that among students who do start at the 2-year colleges, only about 10% actually go on to complete a 4-year degree within 6 years. Another 30%, they did get their associate's degree, but 60% dropped out. So to drop out means you quit school, you stop going, or they were still enrolled. So it means it took them a long time to go. So, let's assume that she earns her bachelor's degree. That's basically not very common. So there will be 9 students who don't make it that far. So she's kind of a rare person who will actually work that hard and finish. That's the idea there. Okay. Miguel, why don't you read, and then Hamid, you can read the last one. Miguel, despite raising McLaurin as an example.
As an example, Obama seems to be aware of these shortcomings. Some aspects of his plan are meant both to improve graduation rates and to encourage community college to run by the White House. College will be expected to adopt promising and
You're kind of going out again. Miguel, I can't hear you.
Oh,
okay, there.
That is better.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Okay, well, I can start according evidence-based institutional reforms to improve student outcomes. For instance, offering academic advising and scheduling the further fees students need.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So quickly here, because I do want to talk about it for a minute. He seems to be aware of this shortcoming. A shortcoming means, he says this is going to happen, but really it doesn't happen. So it's kind of a bit of a problem with his program. He realizes that not everybody is going to go on and get a 4-year degree. But he's thinking that at least if they have free tuition, this will improve graduation rates, because a lot of these people, the reason why they're not finishing the 2-year degree and going on is because it's too expensive. They have to work full time. They don't have enough money to go and pay to go to school. So that's one of the things that it can be helpful for them. And he's going to encourage these community colleges to run programs that better prepare students for the workforce. So, specific classes that will help students get ready for good jobs. That's kind of the idea. And the reforms, when you reform something, you fix it. So this proposal is kind of like a reform. It has to be evidence-based. Evidence-based means there's been research that shows what helps and what will help improve student outcomes. An outcome is a result, what happens at the end. Okay, Hamid, go ahead and finish up for us here.
Obama also wants to help fund community college programs with strong employer partnerships and work-based learning opportunities that are meant to help workers get jobs in fast-growing fields such as energy, technology, and advanced manufacturing. The details of these aspects of Obama's plan have yet to be spelled out, but as Congress considers Obama's proposal and puts forth ideas of its own, they will be worth some attention. If Obama and Congress can make higher education more accessible, that would be impressive. But making it more effective would be even more so.
Okay, so the last...
Obama invites me to America so I can come. Because there is a energy in there.
Yes, exactly. All right, so to fund something means to pay for it. So maybe trying to get some partnerships going with some businesses, some on-the-job training, that type of stuff. So the students are learning not just reading and writing, but also how to do specific jobs. That's kind of the idea. And these are some of the fields or industries that need workers: energy, technology, advanced manufacturing. So creating products and things like that. Let's see. He hasn't yet spelled out exactly. So to spell out means to give you details exactly what the plan will look like. So it's just like a kind of an overview of the plan. It doesn't have a lot of details exactly how it will work. He hasn't spelled out the plan. But in Congress, they're going to consider, to think about and to look at his proposal, but they're also going to put forth ideas of their own. So they're going to speak about their own ideas, maybe come up with their own proposals for higher education. If, this is the last question here, our last two sentences, if Obama and Congress, if they really want to make higher education more accessible, more so that more people can go, that would be impressive. That would be amazing. But making it more effective would be even more amazing. That's kind of the idea. So going to give people free education is one thing, but whether or not that education is actually worthwhile and can really get them better jobs and better life, that's kind of questionable. So, okay, guys, what do you think about this? I want to know, is this a good idea? And what is it like? Let me just go quickly. Estivalis, what is it like in Spain after you finish what would be kind of like high school? Is education free, or is it affordable, or what is it like?
But I'm not sure about this because I don't know how to compare this type of education to Spain.
Oh, okay.
It's difficult for me to understand.
Yeah. Well, high school here is usually when you finish when you're 18, 17 or 18.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the university in Spain, that's the highest type of study in Spain, is not so expensive if you go to the public, and I think it's not so expensive if you are going to the private compared to the United States.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think it's a big difference.
Yeah. And do a lot of people in Spain go on to higher education, or like do they go to university? Yeah.
Yes, a lot of.
And
nowadays,
does it help them get jobs?
And that's not the that's not the idea. It would be like that, but it's not.
I see. Okay.
Going to university doesn't doesn't
Guarantee, maybe guarantee, you could say. Yeah.
a good income.
I see. Okay. Yeah. What about in Turkey, Hamid? Going to the university, does that guarantee a good job in the future?
I think I am a big sample for that,
Uh-huh.
but my goal is different, of course.
Yeah, yours is
Generally,
different, yeah.
yes, nowadays Turkish higher education receiver people are getting bigger. On the other hand, the how can I say, the unemployed people's numbers are increasing.
Yes, okay. Yeah, okay.
So it is a big dilemma.
Yeah. Luis, what about, Luis, what country are you in? Oh, wait, you're
I'm
in
from
Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil, yeah, you're in Brazil. You have a new picture. So, Luis, what about in Brazil? Do people go to university? Is that common? And
The
does it
best,
help them get jobs?
the best universities in Brazil are federal government supported, and they are most they have more to do with research.
Oh,
The
okay.
the private schools, they are more oriented to the markets.
Getting a job and stuff. Okay.
Yes.
I see. Uh-huh. Okay. And Miguel,
Yes.
what
Oh,
about, yeah.
yes, here in Italy, it's not granted to find the jobs. Depends, maybe depends of what do you study. For example, engineering or economic are the two faculty where it's more probable you find jobs.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, same here. It really depends on what you study nowadays because some degrees are worth more than others in the economy, in the marketplace. So for sure, yeah. Well, okay, guys, I'm sorry that we had some technical difficulties in the beginning, so we didn't get as much time to talk about it as I wanted. Verbling is working on it, they told me, and so hopefully if you're going to another class now, it'll be fixed. If not, try to maybe do the same thing where you tell the teacher to give you the link or something. They're always making changes, and sometimes it doesn't work, so they have to fix it. So be patient. Okay, thanks, guys. It was good having you in class. Take care.
Okay, thank you, Lizzo.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.